Assalamualaikum Warahmatullahi, Wabarakatuh. Today we're going to be talking about the rise of entrepreneurship. You see, the rise of entrepreneurship has been a trend for a while now. A lot of young people, without knowing about anything about entrepreneurship, they want to be entrepreneurs. They don't understand being an entrepreneur is not an easy task. Being an entrepreneur basically means solving problems like any other businessman. Think about it, when you open a business, how many problems do you come across? A lot of people just give up in the beginning because they cannot handle the pressure. But once, it's like entrepreneurship is basically, have you seen the movie Castaway, where Tom Hanks is just abandoned, deserted on this little island, and he's trying to build this raft and trying to get to the sea. But every time he tries, the waves are pushing them. The waves are pushing him back to the beach. You see, entrepreneurship is exactly like this. You have to go 3, 4, 5, 6 waves, very strong waves, because every time you try, it's going to push you back to the beach. But every time you try, now you know not to try that one and try another way. Solving problems, that is the true entrepreneurship. If you don't have it in you, don't do it. Just get a job and be happy with your life. But if you want to step into this, it's a very hardcore endeavor. Constantly being challenged by problems, constantly being asked to solve problems. Whether it's from your staff, from your colleagues, from the demands of your whatever you're doing. Because most people will just give up at the first sign of problems. They can't handle it. This is where self-development comes. Before you become an entrepreneur, first you have to develop yourself. We're going to talk about business side of things later on. But now let's talk about how to build ourselves. Self-development is the key. A lot of people wouldn't even change their handshake, let alone the way they talk, the way they interact with people. Like somebody says, whatever you want is behind a wall called your ego. They don't want to bring the ego down. They think they know it all. So self-development, that's the advice for kids. First, you have to develop a mindset. You have to develop yourself. Once you develop yourself, and we're going to be working on this. You see, it's already started. The first video if you watched, now the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, slowly, we're going to build this mindset. Now we're just understanding the problems, because kids nowadays are so influenced by this entrepreneurship, and most of them, they just leave school and college and university. They're trying to be entrepreneurs. There is no problem with that. But if you can't handle a small conversation with your staff, with your colleagues, with your family, I doubt that you will ever be able to make it. Even if you make it, you're going to be all alone, because you would have stepped on so many necks that nobody would be around anymore. That's why they say it's always lonely at the top, but not the Islamic way, because the Islamic way is about giving. The more you give, the more you get. In conclusion, entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. It takes a significant effort in self-development first, and then using that self-development techniques to handle the challenges that comes along your way. So we have to make sure that our kids, our children understand this before they leave college or university. First of all, they don't have the experience. Second, they don't have enough knowledge to understand it. It's just one of those goals that they set for themselves, like the New Year resolution. For example, January comes, I'm going to stop smoking. And you see him 20th January, he's still smoking. You see in February, he's still smoking. What happened? It's too hard. It's not hard. It's just that you didn't decide in your head that you're going to do this. And once you make a decision, somebody explained in a very good, he said decision comes from incision, incision comes from cutting. So once you cut off and you say, not anymore, this is the way I'm going to do, that is the mindset we're trying to build here. And that's the mindset we have to teach our kids. I always teach my kids this way. When they ask me a question about their future, about their work, about anything, I give them 2 options. Option A, option B. Option A is the positive side, and it will get you where you want. Option B, you're going to fail. I don't dictate to them, oh, you have to do this. No. Now I give you 2 options, you choose. Because if I dictate to them, they will never do it. But now I give them a choice. Once you give somebody a choice, then they make their decision. All you have to do is reinforce that choice they made. based on your original thought that you give them. Now, all you have to do is use one small technique, and I'm going to end the video with this. It's called the law of expectation. You move on, reminding them that you have set this goal and I expect you to achieve it. In a positive way, not in a bad way or a challenging way, in a good way. To encourage them, to move them, because we need encouragement. And we have to teach them to set a goal. Later we're going to talk about how to set goals. I'm not going to take more of your time. Thank you very much for tuning in. Until the next video, Assalamualaikum Warahmatullahi Wabarakatuh. Thank you for watching.